what was the advice that your parents gave you every time you were going to school?
So two things come to mind. Something my dad used to say. So my mom was, I think, more heavily involved in our back to school, from like the shopping, dropping us off, even visiting. But every once in a while, my dad sort of pitched in. And one of the things that he said to me and to my siblings that has stood out even up to today is, the world owes you nothing. I think it was more like a sobering, don't think that, say, if you don't work hard, if you don't pass in class, that, you know, somebody's going to hand you success on a silver platter. It's like, basically, work out your life with fear and trembling. I'm quoting a scripture in the Bible, but yes, to try and make my point that the world is not going to give you success, or the world is not going to give you jobs or hand you success. You need to work for it. So the world owes you nothing. The other thing that he told us was, the pain of discipline is greater than the pain of regret.
Wow.
So you'd rather discipline yourself than end up regretting it, because when you regret, then there's nothing you can do about it.
True.
And so just school for me, those two things.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we really can't find you standing on the street with a placard.
No, girl.
What's next? You can't vote.
My parents were real, like, everybody's parent, I'm sure, tells them to read hard. So my pumla tot swaza. So my new. But the background to that, I remember my dad would always say, again, also like us, my mom was academic, but my dad really owned education. Like it was his role. He decided, he chose that with us, with his children, I will make you go to school, go to the best schools, get an education. He was always in our ear about that. And his background really was, he would always tell us that, especially me maybe, because I think he thought I was going to fail out. He'd always say, Pumla, like, we are two people here. Your future, I can only help you now in a certain way. I can only give you half. The rest is yours. Because I'm going to do my part entirely to the fullest that I can, but I can't do it without you. So he would always, he'll give you ownership, like own what you're doing. And I remember even when I was playing, I would remember in my head, I was those kids where I would shout together, and then Max come out. Yeah. Then people were like, yeah, this girl. That was in the whole of my primary and secondary. When I joined campus, my father never ever told me to read. He sent me away with one message. If you come back with a child, I am not looking after no babies. Don't get pregnant. He told it to me when I was going for first semester, first year. Never said it again, never gave me any advice after that. He told all his girls. He never told me to read. I had done that. He said I've gone through the harshest of things. We all remember HSC, A-level, hardest of storms. When I was going to campus, he said, I don't care. This is now your life. There is no control. You've done it. Now it's up to you.
Don't come back with
I'm not taking care of no babies. End of story. Yeah. That was us in our home at dinner. I'm going to school the next day. Wow. That was a dinner talk, to campus. And I did not get pregnant, I must say.
Wow, we can see you.
Yeah.
We can see you. Even after you are allowed, you have jumped to have another one. Really. My mom's advice. Of course, I was seeing what she was going through in life. So she would come and tell me, "Do you know you're beautiful?" Then I would say yes. Then she said, "And that's your greatest disadvantage." I'm like, eh? She'd say, "Yeah, because everything you do in life will first be attributed to your beauty. You must have talked to Dan, you must have had sex with Dan, you must have..." So nobody will see your brain. So anytime anybody met me and say, "Oh my gosh, she's so pretty," I would get so upset, because for me that meant you had not seen my brain. So I was at a constant place of trying to prove my brains over what I looked like, because she was just like, "Yeah, that's your greatest disadvantage, because everything, your success will be pegged to your beauty and not to your brains." So the whole now brains have to work. They have to work. So that for me stood out. And she said it's not just for books, it's for life.
My mom was the strict one. But we're not that family where like, okay, maybe we are. But even with my kids, they come back from holiday, I'm like, guys, you know, get out your books, do an hour of study. But it was no woo, 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 that kind of thing. But what I do remember, I think maybe I could have been in Form 2. And I'd always come either first or second. But my dad always used to say, but Angie, you should go dance.
Really?
Yes.
Like leave a list.
As in, when people are looking at your chemistry and whatever, he was very interested in my arts. And I would wonder, but why I'm banging all these bones? Why is he he already knew. I'm telling you, I would come back, good grades, everything. Anyone went to school with me. But my dad always used to say that. Because I remember when I finished campus, my first choice, and he was like, but there was a school in Australia that was willing to take me to play music, to learn music. Wow. Yes. I remember he used to pay for guitar. By the time I met Oja, I was doing violin, cello. And I'd always ask, doesn't he see the potential he sees in the others? Kumbe the dude already knew. So I took that as advice when it came to raising my children. And I was telling my we all don't have to go to campus. You get what I mean? There are different ways to get there. Though, of course, like my husband and people will say, it's good if you give a child a foundation, you know, and then you're able to springboard off that. But basically, I think what he was saying is that there are very many ways to cut your cloth. And it's okay to do things that other people aren't doing. At the end of the day, it will become popular.
It worked for you.
Yes, I mean, absolutely.
And, you know, over to you, the moms and the dads raising children, going to school right now. You've kind of seen and heard what children feel as they go to school, but also what you can tell them that will impact them for life until they're old enough to have their own children to advise. Until next time, with love from Bump Love. Love.